Hello everyone, welcome to today's video presented by Nexperts Academy. In today's session, we're going to learn all about Node.js and its components. So, without further ado, let's begin. There are 6 learning objectives that we'll be covering today. By the end of this video, you will know what is Node.js, why we use Node.js, parts of the Node.js, the Node.js Express framework, what are their use cases, and finally, their industry trends. Node.js is an open-source, cross-platform JavaScript runtime environment and library for running web applications outside the client's browser. It was developed by Ryan Dahl, an American software engineer in 2009. As it stands, the latest version of Node.js is version 13.3.0. This software is primarily used for creating server-side web applications. Therefore, Node.js is perfect for data-intensive applications as it uses an asynchronous event-driven model. So now the question arises, why was Node.js so prevalent in the field of web development? To answer that, Node.js is extremely fast, being built on Google Chrome's V8 JavaScript engine, and this library is extremely fast in code execution. The Node Package Manager has over 50,000 bundles at the developer's disposal. Whatever functionality is required for an application can be easily imported from npm all. It is perfect for data-intensive real-time web applications as Node.js never waits for an API to return data. Furthermore, there is better synchronization of code between server and client due to the same code base. And finally, it is easy for web developers to start using Node.js in their projects as it is a JavaScript library. And from this, we can see the development of Node.js has increased its popularity and usage in today's organizations. Global companies that use Node.js include LinkedIn, Netflix, and even Uber. Node.js consists of several components. In summary, there are 10 components in Node.js, and we will briefly go over them one at a time. Modules. Modules are like JavaScript libraries that can be used in a Node.js application to include a set of functions. It is a simple or complex functionality organized in a single or multiple JavaScript files which can be reused throughout the application. There are 3 types of modules, which are core modules, local modules, and third-party modules. Console. Console is a module that provides a way to debug similar to that of the JavaScript provided by the internet browsers. It can print output messages by using the command stdout and print error messages by using the command stderror. Cluster. Node.js is built upon the concept of single-threaded programming. Cluster is a module that allows multi-threading by creating child processes that share the same server port and run simultaneously. Global. Global objects in Node are global in nature and available in all modules. These are not necessary in the application, but rather they can be used directly. These objects are functions, modules, strings, and etc. Some examples of global objects are shown below. Error handling. Error handling refers to how the application catches and processes errors that occur both synchronously and asynchronously. Node.js experiences 4 types of errors, which are standard JavaScript errors, system errors, user-specific errors, and assertion errors. Streaming. Streams in Node.js are one of the most fundamental concepts that power Node.js applications. It is a data handling method and used to read or write input into output sequentially. In other words, streams are used to handle any kind of end-to-end information exchange in an efficient way. There are 4 types of streams: readable streams, writable streams, duplex streams, and transform streams. Buffer. Buffer is used in Node.js that handles raw binary data. They act similar to arrays of integers, but are not sizable and have a wide range of methods specifically for binary data. As an example, an empty buffer of length 10 can be created by the following method. Domain. Domain module is used to intercept unhandled errors. They can be used by 2 methods, which are internal binding and external binding. If they are not handled, they will simply crash the Node.js application. Therefore, this is an important component in Node.js. DNS. DNS module is used to connect to a DNS server and perform name resolutions. This module includes an asynchronous network wrapper, and it can be used and imported by using the following syntax. Additionally, DNS modules can also be used for performing name resolutions without a network communication. Debugger. Node.js includes a debugging utility that can be accessed by a built-in debugging client. Node.js Debugger is not a full-featured debugger, rather, it is a simple step and inspection is possible. Debuggers are important as it is the process of detecting and removing of existing and potential errors that could possibly crash the application. The Node.js Express Framework. It can be used to design single-page, multi-page, and hybrid web applications. It allows the user to set up middlewares to respond to HTTP requests. Not only that, but it also defines a routing table which is used to perform different actions based on the HTTP method and URL. Finally, it allows to dynamically render HTML pages based on passing arguments to templates. In this section, I will be giving a few examples of how today's organizations use Node.js. Chatbots. Node.js allows us to create chatbots that are cheap, and it allows companies to send quick messages and replies to clients. This is very useful for companies, especially in the customer service sector, where there is an average of 265 billion customer support calls made in a year. This allows the company to cut costs and aids budgeting. Web scraping. Manually extracting data is very tiresome, and it can take a lot of time, considering that the data ranges in millions. By using Node.js, it will help make the process quicker, which saves time and also cheaper for the organization. An example of an organization that uses Node.js to their advantage is LED Squared. They are one of the most popular marketing automation platforms which uses Node.js to automate functions such as scraping customer data. Data streaming. Data streaming requires heavy processing. For companies like Netflix, for example, is a very popular video streaming application. Node.js is used to increase the efficiency of data streaming, and it is advantageous as it does not store temporary data or caching, since its connection remains open. So then, this leads to another question. Which industries can take advantage of Node.js? Media and entertainment industry. This industry requires them to reach a broad audience, and by using Node.js, it can help them queue up the data or simply sharing it in an asynchronous manner to ensure their request is not blocked. It will ultimately help the viewer watch the video without any interruption. The company that uses Node.js in this industry includes Netflix, Hulu, and other streaming services. Social networking. Companies like LinkedIn use Node.js to ensure that the app runs fast and increasing their traffic capacity. Additionally, it can help build, personalize, or scale the activity of the streams on other various social media applications. Banking. Banks are responsible for processing a ton of transactions, as well as managing the details of these transactions. By using Node.js, it can drastically increase building times, reduce line of codes, and able to handle large amount of data seamlessly. PayPal is a company that took advantage of their asynchronous architecture pattern, which helped them handle multiple requests as well as reducing the server load. And now we're going to have a look at industry trends. Node.js developers are in demand across the world due to many companies adopting this JavaScript library. According to NodeSource, the total number of Node.js downloads increased by 40% in the last year. The use of Node.js in production has increased dramatically since its release in 2010, with adopters such as Netflix, PayPal, and other tech companies. Node.js has seen an exponential increase in its use in web development. In summary, by now you will have learned all of these topics below. We have reached the end of our educational video on Node.js. I hope you have learned something in this video. Feel free to go back and review any materials that you might not have understood. See you all in the next educational video. Happy learning!